Hey guys, it's Chris, and I am back after just kind of chilling over the weekend and enjoying the holiday by myself. Um, the girls I know are keeping us busy, and every now and then I just need to take a little mental break. I kind of just went off the diet for a couple of days and ended up feeling like crap. I really feel like crap today. The anxiety is really kind of bad. So I'm just happy to be back on my diet today with the healthy eating and the protein sparing fast and just getting back into the habit because I was eating low carb, healthy for the past like 40 some days and just eating like crappy food really kind of hit me hard. And so I'm happy to be implementing the protein sparing fasting. It's a desperation thing, but I'll let you know more about that in its own video. Anyways, I have kind of been keeping up with the girls in reaction videos, watching them. I'm gonna react to this one. I may react to Foodie's new video. She apparently does a weigh-in and stuff. Isn't it amazing that these girls just are suddenly miraculously better from their like they were so sick and sad and dire just like last week. Miracles happen every day, guys. And I will be covering Alex Rodriguez's newest video too, some point in the next day or so. Anyways, Amber is really frustrating me. They all are right now. But let's just get into this and see what's going on. It's a nice overcast day. We're getting rain, possibly some storms. Hopefully the internet doesn't go out. My playback on my test videos that I always do to test my audio and stuff was acting up, so I hope that this video actually records and I can edit it and get it out. We shall see. So anyways, Amber's sped up for time. I'll link her full video down below should you care to watch it. And let's get into it. Girl's looking bigger than ever, I can say. She's not her biggest, but she's not far off. So let's see what kind of crap she's clickbaited today.
Okay, so today's sunglasses is definitely just a hair statement. It's kind of like a headband. I know there's a lot of people out there who totally would relate. Like, headbands do not pull the hair back in such a cute way.
Amber, first of all, yeah, they do. There's a million different styles of headbands, and it doesn't even look that great. It's messy. It looks messy and unkempt and unintentional. And I'm not against like big quirky glasses and stuff, but these sunglasses are hideous. They remind me of those cataract surgery glasses that old people wear or people who have cataract surgery wear. And Amber just can't pull it off, and they don't look cool on her, and they don't make your face look slimmer, Amber. So fail.
The way sunglasses does. Anyways, I have a Trader Joe's haul. So
And just a couple of weeks ago, she said, oh, Trader Joe's isn't for me. It triggers me, blah, 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 blah. It's not for me right now. And here we are, back to the same old, same old. Nothing ever changes with this woman. Oh, God, I can't even imagine what's going to be in this freaking haul. I did see a clip from the ankle. And I did look up the info on one of the things she bought. So I know it's going to be bad because if she bought this particular item, the corn pops, God knows what else.
So let's get into that. First things first, I saw these sour cream and onion corn puffs.
Yeah, this is what I looked up. First of all, Amber, you don't need these. They're just a cheap, junky snack, highly processed, full of sodium, empty carbs, and crap. And you don't need a size big enough to facilitate a high schooler's graduation party. Like, could she buy a bigger bag? And I looked this up, and there's actually like 900 and some calories in this whole bag and 130 carbs. And she's going to eat the whole thing. She will not just eat a portion. I hate to be that person that's rude. I know people get on me. Oh, all your carb hating, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you know what? Some people don't need to eat carbs, and not all carbs are created equal. And in general, people eat too many of them. Amber shouldn't be eating carbs for the most part because of her size. She's very likely pre-diabetic. She definitely has insulin resistance, fatty liver, all that good stuff. And she's not supposed to be eating carbs because no matter where they're from, they have, to some degree, an inflammatory response in your body. And that's one of the reasons a very, very, very low carb diet is recommended for lipedema, because of the anti-inflammatory properties of eating low carbohydrates. And here's this dumb broad sitting here with just these piles of the most processed carbs you can eat. It's not like it's a freaking sweet potato or something. Oh.
68 of these is a serving for only.
And I looked it up too, and I couldn't see anywhere on any of these bags where it says 68 is an actual serving. It gave like grams and stuff. It didn't actually give a number. And you know this woman is not getting out a freaking food scale and weighing out her portions. She infuriates me, guys. And yeah, like, see, like, and I get extra testy when I'm having like the anxiety. And this is how I know Amber doesn't suffer from true panic disorder or anxiety, because she'll get the camera out and have duper's delight on her face and be like, oh my god, guys, I just got done crying. I'm like, just having such really bad anxiety right now. I just had such a bad anxiety attack, and oh my god. No, when you have true anxiety, like, I don't want to get in front of a camera. I'm amazed I'm making this video. I just spent the last 2 hours on the couch almost crying, considering having my boyfriend stay home from work and maybe take me to the hospital, deep breathing, trying to distract myself, just catastrophizing and fearing. And when you have real anxiety like that, you don't get in front of a camera and, oh my god, guys, I have so much anxiety. No, like, that's not how it freaking works. But so I'm sorry if I'm a little extra testy, but you guys are helping distract me. So, yeah.
130 calories. I was like, that's not bad at all.
It is bad, Amber, whenever you are wearing 3 years worth of snacks on your big ass body. You don't need to be snacking. I'm sorry. You don't need to be, this woman does not need to be snacking. She needs to be eating 2 to 3 balanced meals a day, eat till she's full, not stuffed, deal with being a little bit freaking hungry, and not snacking.
I got some savory thin crackers because I want to make just like.
Oh my god, you don't need freaking crackers, Amber. Just refer to the speech I just gave you about those freaking corn puffs.
Like a cracker plate. Or that.
What are you going to make a cracker plate for, Amber? You having a party? You're going to have imaginary friends over? You don't need a cracker plate because it's like a snacky thing.
Cracker plate. I got some artichoke and jalapeno dip.
Again, she'll eat this whole tub of dip. Artichoke dip is delicious. She doesn't need it. And I know some people get mad like, oh, well, are you saying she should still get to eat things she likes and enjoy food? No, no, no. Amber has enjoyed food quite enough for one entire lifetime. The problem is she likes food too much. She gets food gasms. She only wants to eat things that make her eyeballs roll into the back of her empty head. She needs to eat things for sustenance and for purpose, not for pleasure. And she needs to get out of it. Once she's got better habits and she's lost about 125, 150 pounds, and she doesn't fall back into bad habits from giving into a craving, she can have some of these things every now and then, but she's not there yet. I'm not there. And I've been dealing with my food issues for years.
Which I'm excited to try. So as you guys know,
of course you're excited to try it, Amber.
Salami is a triggering food for me. But
so don't buy it.
Discovered, which I prefer better than just regular salami. It's like these salami sticks, and you get so many for a serving that it like satisfies me, and I don't feel triggered while I eat them. So for 2 of these is 140 calories. So if I just want half of it, it's only 70.
But you're not going to eat half of it, Amber. And if you like it better than salami, which triggers you, how can you sit there and say that this definitely does not trigger you and you can control yourself? That's not how it works. She's just doing and saying anything she can to justify eating what she wants.
So I got like a ton of those. I got
Guys,
some
why do I do this?
grade A large
Eggs. Oh my God. Heaven forbid we have something healthy like an egg, the token egg.
eggs. I got some organic chicken.
Very good. While my protein sparing fast days, lean, boneless, skinless chicken tenders are like a staple in my diet.
And then some top sirloin steak.
Very good. Another thing that's good. These are healthy, and I'm pretty sure that all these foods are going to get completely bastardized by her, or they're going to go bad and she's going to throw them out because she's going to get all this stuff in order takeout.
Mini peppers, which
These little mini peppers are really good. They are sweet. They are almost too sweet sometimes, but they are really good. The problem is Amber's not going to just eat them plain. She's going to eat them with a shit ton of dip. And if you can handle a little bit of dip, that's one thing, but Amber can't. I have to watch. I'm the same way. I really go overboard and overuse dips, sauces, condiments, stuff like that. And that's where a lot of calories and sugar and sodium and stuff can really creep up on you. And whenever I started weighing out and measuring foods into portions, boy, did I learn that.
I like to eat these raw, but I also like to cook them as well. I got some broccoli.
The token broccoli, because you know Amber loves her broccoli. She's such a healthy girl.
Cauliflower, scallions, which I like putting on
Love scallions.
literally anything and everything. And then this is some fresh mozzarella cheese. So it's just like little individual things of mozzarella cheese that you can snack on.
And it's not bad. There's nothing wrong with having something like this. It's low carb, it's natural. Mozzarella cheese is delicious. But again, the problem is Amber will put her grubby little hands in there and grab 6 of them instead of just 1 or 2. Again, this woman, none of these girls need to be snacking. They need to learn to control their hunger. Heaven forbid their insulin levels ever come down to a normal level for a minute. And they need to learn to be able to be a little bit hungry, to deal with being peckish, to push past some hunger. A little bit of hunger is not bad. It's not going to kill you. You're not starving. And the fact is when you're these girls' size, like Amber and Foodie, Alex and stuff, if you want to lose weight, you are just going to have to deal with being hungry. For me to lose weight, I need to deal with being a little bit hungry, and I'm a fraction of her size. So that's just like, it's just comes with the territory. And I know it's not the best thing. It's not the most fun thing to be hungry, but you can deal with it and you can get past it. And a lot of the times it's thirst that do better to drink instead of snack.
Literally just says snackers on it. So last time I went to Trader Joe's, I did try like a frozen pasta. So I wanted to try another one.
Yeah, and you don't need pasta because again, here I am with my carb bashing. Pasta is not healthy. It's a treat. It should be seen as a treat. And it's easily overeaten. Nobody, almost nobody, and definitely not restaurants, eats 1 serving of pasta. It's actually quite small. People always overeat it. And there's no way Amber is measuring out a proper portion and eating just that. Again, it's going to spike her insulin to bring her blood sugars back down. Then it's going to mess with her hunger and fullness cues, cause another craving, and the cycle continues.
I'm not gonna be able to pronounce this right, so I'm not even gonna try. But it's
Thank God.
spaghetti pasta in a rich creamy sauce with.
So it's a frozen pre-made pasta. Well, so it's full of a lot of added sodium, bad fats, probably like hydrogenated seed oils, and a bunch of preservatives. So you take something that's not that great to begin with and make it worse. And I'm not against people having pasta every now and then, especially if you're a healthy weight, you have control of your eating habits, you don't overeat it, it doesn't trigger you. Yeah, fine, have it now and then. But why can't this woman have freaking spaghetti squash instead? It's still a carb. I actually prefer spaghetti squash to actual pasta. I like the texture. It's healthier. It's filling. It's really good. And it's quite versatile. No, heaven forbid Amber have something that's not a processed refined carbohydrate though.
Pecorino, that is so wrong.
Oh my God. Okay. This hurts my brain.
Cheese and black pepper, so that's what it looks like. Also got some spicy jalapeno sausage.
Of course, the chicken sausage.
I got some frozen hash browns. Amber.
Amber. She don't need these freaking hash browns. I can't even talk. She doesn't need these freaking hash browns. Amber, they're just frozen little sponges of bad oils, grease, salt, and preservatives. You don't need a freaking hash brown. And you know this broad isn't eating just one. How about if you want something like that, you just eat an actual potato. Get a potato and make an actual baked potato, or slice it up and make your own hash browns if you have to eat them. Like, you know she's going to eat 4 of these or 5 of these in a sitting.
Had a hash brown in forever.
These are all things that are very craveable, very bingeable, and she knows it too. Like, look at the look on her face.
I've just been craving it, so I figured it'd be really good.
Again, okay, you were craving it. Does that mean you have to have it? Most days I'm craving like Rice Krispie treats or ice cream or some shit like that. Do I have them? No. Does that mean I have to eat them because, oh, I'm craving them? No. And most of the time, these girls aren't having an actual craving. They're having a notion. It's like, oh, I saw a picture of hash browns. They're in my mind. I'm having a craving. No, a craving is actually like a real incessant thought, an obsession about a food. Like, oh, I really, really, really want that. These girls, they see it on TV and think about it and go, oh, yeah, oh, I like hash browns. Oh, that's a craving. I have to give into it. No, you don't.
Good with breakfast. Some frozen turkey burgers.
Oh my God. Okay, you know what? The frozen turkey burgers aren't that bad. Could be better, could be worse. Heaven forbid we know this girl's not going to buy some ground turkey and make her own, right?
Love me a turkey burger. Got some garlic and jalapeno olives. They're stuffed olives, and they're gonna.
She just bought a bunch of olives. Like, how does one woman go through so much food? Those are big ass olives too. There's nothing wrong with them. I know they're high in sodium, but if she's not eating all the processed crap and snacks, the sodium in the olives aren't going to be that big of a deal. If she's not getting takeout all the time, the sodium in the olives isn't going to be that big of a deal. But you know, she is.
Gonna be part of the salami and cheese cracker plate. I got a
salami, cheese, and cracker plate. So the processed refined sodium plate.
Can of organic garbanzo beans because
I do like garbanzo beans, chickpeas. I really like them. They're good for you.
Like putting some seasoning on it and putting it in the air fryer. So good.
Yeah, okay. Amber's making the crispy for like air fried chickpeas and eating those over things like those corn puffs and salami sticks and chips and stuff, right guys? Yeah. That was bought solely for the purpose of the video. You can't make me believe otherwise.
At least just some lightly sweetened coconut strips. So that's everything I got from.
And you don't need the coconut strips. Not a bad food. It's healthy. Again, it's a snack, which she doesn't need, but it's like also, even though it's healthy, it's lightly sweetened, so it's probably got some kind of sugar on it. I'm sure it's not sweetened with like stevia or anything like that. But it is very high fat. Now, coconut's a good fat. It's a healthier fat, even though it's saturated. Saturated fat is not bad for you, despite what they say. Seed oil fats, trans fats are bad for you. But the thing is that coconut is fatty and very calorically dense and very, very easy to be overeaten. Especially if you're mindlessly snacking on it when you're like killing it in Fortnite. Like that's what Amber's doing. So again, not a bad food, but she doesn't need it.
Trader Joe's. Oh, I have a headache, and this girly pop does not get headaches often. I don't know what that's about.
I have a headache too, Amber. It's called you.
It's what I'm currently experiencing. But I was coming out here to let you guys know that I actually have my CT scans scheduled. So
that's the update that she clickbaited in this title. I'm reporting that shit just to say, oh, I have my CT scan scheduled.
It's going to be coming up, and it's going to be happening soon. So I'm glad that that's going to be out of the way, because I feel like that's going to hopefully give us some answers. But I did say in my last video that I no longer have like blood in my pee.
Which isn't that ironic that suddenly all the symptoms, everything's gone.
At least visible blood. Ever since I started Ozempic, I actually
probably had an infection.
Drinking soda. I think I've had one soda. It was like the day I took Ozempic. And since
I don't believe that. I firmly believe she's probably still drinking a lot of diet soda, which I'm not going to knock her for, because you're going to have to pull the diet soda out of my cold, dead hands. But she does need to drink more water, because she doesn't drink a lot of water, and I am purposely making it a point for myself to drink a lot more water. And I definitely drink more than her. As far as the CT scan, I don't understand what the big deal is, because if she was supposedly, if she was the exact size of the scan, 500 pounds, First of all, guys, let me tell you from a medical provider perspective, if she was 500.4 and the max weight on the CT scan was 500, she's right at that top threshold. Since it was like a cancer rollout screening, they probably would have done it. So I'm guessing that the weight limit was either 450 or she was well above the 500-pound limit, which that's my guess. I've always said I think that she's between 30 to 50 pounds higher than what she says she is. I think she's tearing her scale in some way. She acts dumb, but she knows how to do it. So she said she's 500 pounds. I think she's probably closer to 530 to 550. Because truth be told, if she was 500 pounds and they couldn't do it because that was the max weight, and she dropped like those 4 or 5 pounds supposedly from Ozempic, why didn't she call them and say, okay, I can come back tomorrow because I've lost the weight, so I'm 496, I'm under the limit. They should have been able to do it in that particular scan, right? So why did they still have to continue looking for a different scanner in order to scan her? That doesn't add up, in my opinion.
Since then, I've just been drinking water. So
sure, Amber, all of a sudden, just like every other time you start a diet or something, suddenly you're doing so good and you have it all figured out and you've got your act together and you have all this control. And then 2 months later, oh, I've been off track, and I admit I was having a lot of problems. I wasn't doing as good as it's all just such a lie and such an act. And you can literally write it out, how it's going to play out, how every cycle is going to play out now before it even happens. Like, I guarantee this is behind. She's probably already done taking Ozempic. The second it really truly makes her not able to eat and takes away that pleasure from food, she's going to stop it. And she's already laid the groundwork for why she's going to stop it. Something about the price, which if she can spend as much money on junk and food, she can afford the Ozempic price. She can't argue about that. Or she'll say my dangling gallbladder or my pancreas or the nausea was too bad or she was having problems with the med spa, something like that. She will come up with an excuse to quit it. She will quit it, I would say, within 3 to 4 weeks of starting it. Maybe a little longer. Maybe she'll drag it out, but that's my opinion.
my pee looks a little more hydrated and healthy. TMI, I know. Also, I'm not experiencing any more like back pain or pelvis pain or anything like that. So my symptoms are gone.
And again, that was another thing. Like, I remember when she made the video about the blood in her urine, I remember being a little concerned about the potential of the cancer being back, having spread, because one thing she said was she didn't have pain, and how when there was kidney or UTI, she normally had pain and she didn't have any. And that concerned me because that's like a very common primary symptom of a bladder infection or UTI or kidney infection, kidney stones, something like that, is pain, burning, discomfort, something like that. Am I losing my mind? Am I the only one that heard that she said she didn't have that? Now she's saying she doesn't have it anymore, so she did have it? I don't know. She can't keep her freaking lies straight, so Lord knows I can't.
Gone. My doctor and I both think that the CT scan is still super important to get done. So today is actually day 5 of me being on Ozempic, and so far, so good. The first 3 days, I woke up extremely nauseous. Like, the first day was like the worst.
And again, I looked it up, and people say that they start getting symptoms from Ozempic within the first 1 to 4 weeks. And of course, Amber had horrible symptoms within 2 hours of her first shot. Again, laying the groundwork to stop. And keep in mind, she's on the lowest possible dose, which is very minimal, doesn't have that much of an effect, especially for her size and her problems. She would need to get up to the max 2 milligrams or 2.4 milligrams, something like that. And I think even then that would wane with her at some point. We see that's what happened with Anna O'Brien. So there's no way that 0.25 is hitting Amber as far as effectiveness the way she'll claim.
But like the 4th day yesterday and then waking up today, I did not really experience that. And I also want to say that tomorrow will be a full week of me not vaping, because I've been vaping Delta 8 for a while.
Because you're a dumbass, Amber.
I've been smoking for years. It's something that
again, and you're sitting there smiling about it, laughing about it like it's funny. Your body is so big and sick and damaged, and you think it's funny that on top of everything else you do to it, that you were smoking or vaping or whatever. You know what I mean? And then she expects sympathy and pity when stuff goes wrong. None here.
I recently just told you guys about, and it kind of goes more than that, but I can explain that some other time because right now I don't really want to. I know you guys
So then don't bring it up, Amber.
hate when I say that, but it's mainly just because like your girl's not ready. I'm not saying I'm never gonna vape till to 8 again in my life, but it just made no sense to like do that and then also be doing Ozempic.
Well, that's what you did last time. You admitted that you were taking the Delta 8 in massive quantities to override the symptom or the effects of the Ozempic so that you could eat through it. This medicine's a waste on this woman. It really is.
Because I'm not gonna lie to you, Delta 8 sometimes did give me the munchies.
She'll find a way to,
I wasn't very
she'll find a way to force feed herself.
coherent sometimes. So I don't know. I just felt like it just seemed right. Like let's like take a break on that. So I've just noticed a lot of changes like in the way that I'm breathing because obviously vaping is not good for you. Like no matter what you're vaping.
Well, yeah, you've been vaping for years. You're a 500 plus pounder, and then in 5 days, guys, she's already breathing better and seeing improvements. Isn't that amazing? She acts like her body is not so effed up. There's no way she feels such huge changes and positive effects after just 4 or 5 or 6 days. Like, that's no.
Like it's just not good. And in my opinion, I feel like I've been more productive. I've had more of like a clear mind.
Oh, and all of a sudden she's just so much more productive and all this good, positive stuff. No, Amber, you're a lot of things. Productive is not one of them.
And so that's been really nice. Okay, guys, so I'm currently making my chickpeas.
Oh, here we go. This woman who is, like I said, 500 plus pounds, eats like a freaking dumpster fire, expects us to think that she buys and makes all of these healthy snacks and treats and foods and eats them and loves them as much as she claims when the camera's off. That she doesn't just do this for the camera. Give me a freaking break. Amber, you don't get to be 600 some pounds by loving to snack on freaking air fried chickpeas. You don't.
Good old air fryer. So I took them out of the can. I put them
Hey, it's content.
in the bowl and I rinsed these like 5 times
And it's actually
with
a
some
good
water.
idea.
So now I'm
This is a good snack. I'd like to make them.
just gonna add a little bit of
But
olive
I
oil.
don't eat a lot of carbs right now, so I would have to fit them into my low carb days. And truth be told, she's adding like a couple extra 100 calories in olive oil. You don't even need to add the olive oil. These will crisp up on their own. Or I'm going to do something that Michael B. Petty would like make fun of me for. You could take a little bit of the avocado oil or olive oil, Pam, and spray a little bit of it right on them and mix it in if you need a little bit of oil. You don't need to pour oil in like this. In fact, the lighter the oil on this, the better. Because it'll be less calories. And these actually crisp up very nicely. After you rinse them, try to dry them off a little bit with a paper towel. You don't need to pour oil on them like this.
And I want garlic salt to
Of course, garlic salt. What else?
be my seasoning for it.
And they would taste good. They would be tasty. But again, you don't need to add the oil.
The way my hand is clean. And I'm not
Her hand looks like God, I'm not trying to be mean. Whenever we had kids in the ambulance and they were scared, you would try to talk to them and have, be fun and be extra nice, just to try to keep them from being scared. And one of the things we used to do, a lot of us would do, is we would take one of our latex or like neoprene or gloves, whatever they were made of, neoprene. That's not the right word, but my brain's like failing me now. We would take one of our gloves and blow it up and tie it and make like a little balloon guy or something like that with the puppet. And you could take your pen. I'd take my pen and I'd draw a little face on it and dance it around and give it to the kid, and it would be like a little toy and it would make them feel better. Her hand literally looks like one of those gloves blown up because it's so big and so puffy. I mean, Amber, when you are really starting to get super fat hands, you need to make changes, girl.
only one eating them. So you can use
It is. It reminds me of like, you remember if you were a kid in the 80s or early 90s or something, that hamburger helper glove, like, the mascot for the hamburger helper. That's what it looks like.
obviously a spoon if you want, but don't be afraid. Get in there with your hands. Now let me go wash my hand. All right, hand is washed. So I've done this a few times. I've done it with taco seasoning. There's a multitude of versions of this. You can literally just make it whatever flavor you want. Indian style.
And she like just poured them in there, which is fine. But then she popped them in. You want to kind of spread them out so that they're not laying on top of each other as much as possible, so that they toast up and roast kind of evenly. Like, you don't want them piled up on each other like that if you can avoid it. Cook them in small batches if you're making a bunch, so that they toast right.
Style, Mexican style. But my favorite is pesto or just plain garlic salt. So I'm gonna have them going for about 10 minutes.
And like, pesto is really delicious. I love it. But I wouldn't put, like I said, I wouldn't put the oil or any spices that were really wet on it, because that kind of does away from the whole crispy nature of these little buggers. I would stick to like dry herbs and spices and seasonings and stuff, so that they don't get soggy.
And then I'll check on them. All right, so this is how they are looking right now. So if you want them to be more like of a chip texture, I would definitely cook it for another like 5 minutes. So good.
Oh yeah, the 500 some pounder loves roasted chickpeas. I'm sorry, I just think it's funny. Next
Okay
day.
guys, so it is the next day.
Amber, I told you, these weigh-ins do not count. They're absolute bullcrap until we see her actually doing a proper weigh-in where we see the full body, full scale, see that there's nothing under it, no towel or anything. Like, have her mom holding the camera and we see her full body, so we see she's not holding on to anything or anything like that. These don't count, because I firmly believe she is tearing that scale by at least 25 or 30 pounds.
Okay, and I want to
And I could be lowballing it.
Hello, it's ready.
All right, stepping on.
Scale's going, hello, help me.
It is 9.6 now.
What the? 49.6?
I don't believe it. There's no way this woman is 489. And you know what? The more I think about it, the more I really believe that, because I don't get to watch them all, but I have been watching some of the retro reacts, the Big Cherry retro reacts from Jordan over at The Ankle. Funny guy, go check him out. And I watch all of his current video reacts. And he keeps bringing up a good point, and I even look at her in the old reacts, and he said she's trying to say that she's within 80 to 90 or 100 pounds now of what she weighed in the Crystal era or the late Crystal era, and there's no way. And I believe he's 100% right. There is no way that this woman is only around 85, 90 pounds more than she was back when she was dating and living with Crystal. There's just no way. There's at least 150 pounds difference. So, check that out if you want to. I think that's a very, very good argument. And he has really good kind of comparisons to go by, because he's watching all of these old videos and then also looking at the new ones, and it really hones in your eyes.
Wait, if you guys saw my face right now, I am in awe.
It's probably just you acting, Amber.
I was not expecting that. I mean,
because we're not expecting it either, Amber.
I really did not eat much yesterday. I gotta admit, I had the chickpeas. Before that, I made this pasta chicken dish.
You don't need a pasta chicken dish, Amber. You don't need freaking pasta. Eat the chicken. Eat the chicken and some vegetables with a salad. Call it a day.
Just homemade. And that's really all I ate. Wow. That's so cool.
I don't believe that. I mean, unless she really is truly feeling sick from the Ozempic. And if that's the case, that Ozempic's gonna be like Jenny Craig going Jenny bye-bye. That Ozempic's gonna go bye-bye really quickly, right down the memory hole. You know what's gonna happen, because she will not tolerate anything that limits her ability to eat and enjoy food. Same with Chantel. That's why she quit Ozempic apparently a while back.
Well, I'm proud of that. Okay guys, so you just saw my weigh-in. Isn't that exciting? So I really want to do weekly weigh-ins. Every Saturday is going to be my true weigh-in, but it is the first week that I'm back on track. So of course I'm going to be a little sneaky and I'm going to be stepping on that scale, just seeing what's going on. And
okay, but Amber, the problem is only you know the real weight, and you can't be honest with your audience to save your life. Why doesn't she just freaking actually come clean and then just start from her actual weight? She can't do it. She just can't do it.
So far, I'm down like over 10 pounds. Like, okay.
And that shouldn't be exciting to her. That is par for the course for Amber. Amber, with her size, she should be losing about 10 to 12, 15 pounds a week for at least the first, I'd say 3 to 5 weeks. Easily. I mean, this woman can lose 100 pounds in 1 to 2 months. So, yeah.
Okay, but we're gonna have like a, Ozempic week 1 weigh-in coming at you. But right now,
How many? Okay, so we're going to have weekly weigh-ins for the Ozempic arc. How long do you think this is going to last? 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 5 weeks, let me know in the comments. What do you think? I'm giving it like 3 weeks before she has to quit because her doctor told her she can't take it anymore.
I'm actually in the middle of filming some cameos. So if you guys want a cameo from me,
Yeah, right. And if you are buying a cameo, like I said before, stop that.
the link is down below. I love filming these cameos for you guys. They make me so happy. You guys are so sweet and amazing. So that is actually what I'm in the middle of doing right now. Okay, guys, so I just came back in from walking Twinkie.
I mean, like, I'm not trying to be mean, but look at her. There's no way this woman is 489 lbs. I firmly think she's closer to 535, 540. There's just no way.
But today's actually the day where I go get a vial
And I don't believe that you are out walking Twinkie, girlfriend. I just don't.
of Ozempic, well, semaglutide, but same thing. So she checked my labs and all that. So she approved me for the 1 injection that she sent me home with. And since I'm fine,
That's like really shady to me because I don't know any respectable medical anything that would send patients home with a medicine before they even knew if the patient could take it. One, because the patient could take it anyways, even if you said, oh, don't take that. And two, once they take it home, they really can't bring it back and give it back. One, because they already paid for it. It's like, what are you going to do? Take it back and get a refund? No, because they took it. It was out of your facility with these people. You don't know if it was stored appropriately, if it was tampered with, something like that. You wouldn't be able to use it. So that sits wrong with me. I don't get that. I can't see that happening at a reputable place, but from what I hear, I guess these med spa places can be really kind of shady. So no surprises there that Amber's trying to go take the easy, cheap way out.
on that, now I can go to the next step, which is actually getting a whole vial of it. So if I stay on 0.25, it'll be 7 weeks worth. I remember last time I did it, I think I did 5 or 6 weeks of 0.25.
No, she needs to be doing it, like she needs to be increasing that dose. How often do you do it? Like every 4 weeks or something? She needs to be increasing the dose accordingly because the 0.25 isn't going to do much on her. I mean, like, I don't even know how to like describe it. It'll work initially, but it would be like, I don't know, giving like a full size. I'm like really not trying to be mean here, but this is all I can think of. This would be like trying to give her like half a milligram of morphine for pain. She may feel it initially, minutely, for a little bit, but in order for her at her size to really get effects on it, you would have to increase it up to 1, 2, 3, maybe 5 milligrams or something like that for it to be effective because of her size. So 0.25 milligrams is not going to work for her very long. And as soon as she starts tolerating the effects, she's going to force herself to eat through them.
And then went up to 0.5. Every time I go up, it'll just be like not doubling my price every time, but like once I go up to 0.5, it's going to be doubling the price that I already paid. So I'm just like, ooh, dreading that. So
no, you shouldn't dread that, Amber, because you buy a bunch of crap you don't need. You go shopping all the time. You go out to eat all the time. You just bought probably $100, $125 Trader Joe's haul that you could have got at Walmart for $60. If you would have cut out all the snacks you didn't need, you could have cut $30 out of it. So you don't get to complain about price.
So I want 0.25 to work for as long as it can, and then I'll move up, which is what you're supposed to do anyways. Like everyone is different. Like some people stay on 0.25 for a few weeks, some people can stay on it for months. Like it just works
Not you, Amber, not you.
differently. Everyone has different symptoms, etc., etc. So I've been wanting to purchase like a pink one of these purses.
Like, look, I mean, you just bitched about the price of Ozempic. And you're talking about you want to get another one of these frickin' lame purses that don't even fit you. No, see, you don't get to complain about price, Amber. Especially you don't get to start talking about, I want to buy another purse I don't need because I only leave the house once or twice a week when my mommy will come drive me around. No. Oh, she's infuriating.
Every single time I wear.
I mean, look at that. She could hardly get that on. I mean, that's akin to like trying to squeeze the toothpaste back into the tube. It's almost impossible.
In public, I get complimented on it. Like literally just yesterday in Trader Joe's. I mean, I'm telling you every single time. Like when me and my mom went to Golden Chicken, like it was an older woman, like literally in her 80s who complimented me. And then like yesterday in Trader Joe's, it
She probably had vision problems, Amber.
was probably like a 20-year-old. I don't think
Again, a 20-year-old is complimenting you on your... Okay.
I've ever been complimented on a purse so much in my life.
I don't believe that, Amber. It's cute. It's more, it would be good for like some sort of a costume or club thing, and you're not wearing either of those.
Cute it is. Like I'm obsessed. There are people asking me like, why didn't my doctor just prescribe Ozempic to me? And
Yeah, and he should have, because she definitely qualifies.
it's because it's cheaper if I go through a med spa, because my insurance does not cover it because I do not have diabetes. I know a lot of people think I do, which I get it. Like it absolutely.
Amber, if you don't, it's a coming, girlfriend. It really, truly is. A lot of people can get extremely big before they actually end up with diabetes. But I would bet my house, my little spit of land, everything I own, and Channel Dog, that's how confident I am, that this woman is definitely pre-diabetic to some degree. There's just no way she's not.
Runs in my family, but I have never had diabetes.
And especially because it runs in her family, the odds are even greater.
I'm very grateful for that. I've never even been.
I'm like borderline pre-diabetic. I pretty much am. And diabetes doesn't really run in my family, and I'm 184 pounds. So like, there's just no way. And I've eaten healthier and dieted and done stuff and walk and am more active way more than there's just no way.
Been pre-diabetic.
Show me your blood work, Amber. Please show me your blood work. Show me an HbA1c. Show me a fasting glucose. Get me a fasting insulin. Show me all kinds of stuff. I'll give you a list.
So my insurance does not cover it at all since it is.
I believe that they would actually cover it to try to, for a preventative measure, because insurance hates somebody like Amber because she is such a risk. She is such an expense. They might not be paying a lot for her right now, but boy, are they gonna. She's going to be a leech on the insurance. I don't even think she has insurance, if I'm being honest.
It's just strictly for weight loss. So it's just a lot easier to go through a med spa. I've been back from my appointment for a hot minute now. Now I'm making some steak stir fry.
That is criminal, to cook that steak, any steak, to the point of shoe leather consistency. Somebody needs to go and kick Amber right in her shelf for that. But I digress.
I am wanting some rice with it, so I decided I'm not gonna make that.
This is a
Because, like, I have all
healthier
this.
meal. It doesn't look bad. It'd be good. It looks like there's a lot of oil in it. But I mean, that could just be like the liquid from the vegetables and stuff. I don't know.
Corn in here. It's like I have enough. Like this is definitely gonna fill me up, and it smells so freaking good in here.
That's not going to fill her up. I'm sorry. That's good. It would fill a lot of people up. I don't think it's going to fill. It's not going to satisfy her. It doesn't have enough carbs in it.
My God,
She's probably going to eat them over like a bed of those corn puffs.
definitely a stir fry girly. I feel like it's super easy to just get in so many veggies, and it just tastes so
You don't give a crap about vegetables, Amber. Can we get over this act already?
good. Okay, guys, so I do want to end this vlog, but we're gonna do.
I don't believe that she, and she could have something like that over some rice or with a side of sweet potato or squash or something like that. It wouldn't be that bad. But the problem is like I said, portion control. Amber will not just eat one actual proper serving of rice. She's like foodie. She'll eat a ton. She'll eat way too much. So if she just ate that, tons of veggies, lots of meat, skipped out on the carbs, it would be better. But this woman is like a carbaholic. I feel like she's not satisfied with a meal without carbs. So I feel like there were probably some in there that she just didn't show us because she didn't want to catch shit from people like me.
Do question of the day. I didn't do question of the day in my last video because I did end it because I was a little upset, and obviously
I really almost don't care about this, guys.
I'm feeling a lot better. You guys have been super kind. It's just I've been going through a lot lately and I'm feeling really
Yeah,
overwhelmed.
now that you got the views and stuff and the money, you feel a lot better. That's a miracle.
And sometimes I'm not perfect at managing my emotions. So anyways, let's do question of the day. Daily planner girl, what happened to your bullet journal? So I did my bullet journal for the full year when I did it. I think it was
No, she didn't. You mean that bullet journal where she had to like chart 50 things a day? She absolutely did not. Oh my God. I'm going to end it here because I really don't care. Let me know what you guys think. How long do you think this Ozempic arc is going to last? I don't think it's going to last that long. I don't believe her weight. But anyways, thanks for watching. I will get this edited and out for you. Thank you guys for listening and letting me distract myself while I'm dealing with this kind of like, this like anxiety like hovering over me. It sucks so bad, guys, and it makes me just really emotional and really crabby, and it's just like mentally exhausting too. And it's been pretty good for a while, so I think it's definitely brought on just by the shit food I ate. I ate a lot of carbs, I ate a lot of sugar, and that's just, it's not good. It's a no-go for me. So I brought it on myself and I'm undoing it. I'm not doing that again anytime soon. It had been 40 some days prior to this since I had like sugar and junk like that. So it'll be a long time before I have anything again. But leave a like, leave a dislike if you want, leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.